In this video we're going to be looking at card N24, writing one number as a percentage of another. So the objective of this lesson is to be able to write one number as a percentage of another. So let's have a look at the questions on your cards. So 14 as a percentage of 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this as a fraction. 14 out of 20. Right? 14 as a percentage of 20. I'm doing 14 out of 20. But what I'm going to do now is I'm talking about percentages always out of 100. So I'm thinking, how can I create a fraction that is out of 100? What do I have to do to 20 to get me to 100? So, in my head, I've done 100 divided by 20 gives me 5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to think about, well, 20 multiplied by 5 gives me 100. So 14 multiplied by 5 gives me 70. I've got to make sure I do the same to the top as the bottom of my fraction. So over here for working, all right, I've got 14 times 5 gives me 70. Now I've got an answer over here, 70 out of 100. Because it's out of 100, I've got my percentage, so that equals 70%. So the answer there is 70%. Question 2, 22 as a percentage of 50. So again, I'm going to start with a fraction, 22 out of 50. And again, what I need to do is I need to convert it into something out of 100. So my fraction over here, and my second fraction will always be out of 100. So how many times does 50 go into 100? Well, 50 goes into 100 2 times. So multiply 50 by 2 gives me 100. Multiply 22 by 2 gives me 44. So now I've got 44 out of 100. I can write down my answer because it's out of 100. So let's have a look at question 3. So this time, 130 out of 200. So now we're going to start with something that is bigger than 100. Same process, 130 out of 200. So I'm still looking for a fraction now that's out of 100 because that's what my percentage means. Percent out of 100. Right? So I'm already starting with something that's bigger than 200, bigger than 100. So how do I get from 200 to 100? Well, this time I'm going to divide by 2 because I'm already bigger. I need to divide. So 200 divided by 2 gives me 100. 130 divided by 2 gives me 65. So now I've got something out of 100, I can write down my answer. So 65 out of 100, 65%. Question 4, 68 as a percentage of 50. All right, and you might notice already that 68 is already bigger than it. All right, so we might well be looking at something that's going to be bigger than 100%. So 68 as a percentage of 50, same process, 68 out of 50. And now I'm going to look for a fraction that is out of 100. So 50 goes into 100 2 times, so I'm multiplying my 50 by 2 gives me 100. So 68 multiplied by 2 gives me 136. So now I've got a fraction out of 100. So now I've got my answer, 136%. So now it's your turn to have a go. Have a look at these questions, press pause, have a go at the questions, and then the answers will pop up in a moment.